Hi, this is Sue Quackenbush, Chief People Officer at Dynatrace, and welcome to our next episode of Real Talks. In today's episode, I will be speaking with Karolina Linda, who is our Software Development Director and Organizational Lead in our Gdańsk, Poland office. Welcome, Karolina.
Hi, Sue. Great to be here.
I'm so excited to speak with you today. And one of the areas I'd love to learn more about is your spearheading the growth of our customer-centric Dynatrace community. And what I would love to understand is what the heck is a customer-centric Dynatrace community? How did you start it? What is it?
So our Dynatrace community is actually a thriving space where our customers, partners, employees, but also prospects can learn, can gain knowledge about the product, and can also post product ideas. For example, we create a new app, let's say for host monitoring. And our product manager, instead of thinking of a feature that he thinks will address customer use cases, goes to the Dynatrace community, creates a thread telling customers, hey, we are planning to do this or that, even providing some mockups. And then customers can comment on that. They can provide their use cases. Hey, actually, use case number 3 doesn't make any sense. No one will use it. Please do this or that instead. And this is where also developers can see that feedback. Developers can assess, is it a quick win? Or is it something that doesn't pay off because this will be just for one customer? So there are so many ways how customers contribute to product development and how Dynatracers use customers and partners and their engagement to create a better product.
So how did you start this?
Oh, so that was a real twist in my career at Dynatrace because I began as an information developer in the documentation team back in 2009. So over 15 years ago. But then when I came back from my second maternity leave, I was actually offered to take on the global Dynatrace community. And I thought, oh my, but who am I? Just a community manager, from Gdańsk, from Poland, in such a global company. But I was really surrounded by very supportive people, and I decided to go for it because I really see value in building such relations and such connections.
That's wonderful. And when you think about this customer-centric community, what are the goals of the community?
Currently, our main goal is to basically create a thriving ecosystem where people can connect, where they can learn, where they can share support resources, and where we facilitate those discussions. So in the last 3 years, basically, we came from just one open Q&A forum for Dynatrace to 18 different topic-oriented forums, from just 2 engagement programs into 5. So the growth is just amazing. We doubled our user base. So 3 years ago, it was around 40K. So now we have 81,000 users there, which is amazing. So they have support 24/7. But what is really most valuable, I think, are connections that people made there.
That is amazing. I mean, just listening to the growth of the events and the number of participants in the community is tremendous. How do people find out about the community?
Oh, different ways, I would say, because most of the traffic to our community, of course, comes from Google, because people look for solutions to their problems, look for answers to their questions. So in many cases, when they look for something related to Dynatrace, they end up reading the community content. Also, our customers learn about the Dynatrace community through their onboarding process. Everyone that is actually trying out our free trial can also create an account in the community. So I would say there are many ways of learning about this.
That's amazing. And then what about the team? Because when you said in the beginning you started with a team of 1 yourself, how big is your team today?
I have actually 4 different teams reporting to me right now. So team number 1 writes our product documentation. These are information developers who are responsible for our official documentation that is out there, searchable in Google. Team number 2, so the community team, is responsible for driving our global forums, our official product forums. They are responsible for the community basically end to end, from moderation to running engagement programs. Team number 3 is a team of software engineers. So I do have an engineering team that is responsible for maintaining a crazy number of various platforms and services on which our support resources run. So they maintain the documentation platform, the community platform, enterprise search, redirect service, developer portal. And team number 4 is the app dev advocacy team. And this is a team of developer advocates that actually go there and support developers how to build apps on the Dynatrace platform. So they create content, they do workshops, they create video materials, they do everything to enable developers to create apps on our fantastic platform.
That's great. And Karolina, I think your story on how you got involved is really interesting because I love the idea of, just having an opportunity come across you and you really taking a hard look at that opportunity to step out of your comfort zone and try something new and be able to grow in probably ways that you didn't even anticipate. So, the thought of, hey, anyone can do amazing things and anyone has the opportunity or can have the opportunity to really expand. But you have to take that leap of faith. You have to take that risk. So I give you a lot of credit for making that move to take that chance and to really make something happen. So I'm going to switch now subjects and focus. And when you think about your career, what drives you to embrace this change and these challenges?
So I love working with people. I always saw value in the Dynatrace community, for example. Now I'm responsible for other support resources, so also for our global documentation team or our global supportability tooling team, developer advocates. So seeing the value, knowing that what you do is meaningful to someone, that it actually helps our customers, our partners, this is what makes me wake up every morning.
That's wonderful. And you've grown a lot, right? So how has this accelerated your personal growth?
I probably became a little bit more confident. So stepping out of a comfort zone is slightly easier than it was some years ago. Although this podcast is, for example, a really big step for me out of my comfort zone because I really don't like videos nor audio recordings. So just a disclaimer here. But yeah, I think it comes with experience. It comes with different roles. So the more you learn, I think the more confident also you become.
What advice would you give to someone who's hesitant?
I would say find a good sparring partner. So I used to have fantastic sparring partners throughout the years with whom I could actually discuss the most crazy ideas, the most challenging opportunities that were there on a plate, who could also provide very honest feedback and who could help me set the direction, maybe set the focus better. So having such a sparring partner, you can call it a mentor. I prefer call it a sparring partner because I love to have a person through whom I can really throw my ideas, discuss challenges, discuss opportunities, and hear that honest feedback.
That's wonderful. Thank you. And then when you think about, what can listeners learn from your experience in stretching their own boundaries in their careers and beyond?
I would say don't overthink and don't think that you are not suited for this or that job. If people tell you that you have the skills, that you have the competences there, believe them. Because from my experience and speaking for myself, we tend to be sometimes too modest with ourselves. Sometimes we have this imposter syndrome that is telling us, no, you're not ready. You need more experience. You need more training. Wait a bit, there are better people for that role. So make sure that you have also those people around you that believe in you, that can sometimes maybe give you that push or that kick to push you forward.
What I'm hearing is go for it. Don't overthink, take the risk, be open, and just keep moving forward. So, Karolina, thank you so much for this wonderful discussion. It was great to learn how you were able to establish such a large global community within Dynatrace. I want to thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to today's podcast. If you'd like to follow us, please do so on Apple and Spotify.